Welcome to George Antique. I'm Rhonda and I am so thankful that you're here. So today I'm going to show you a project for Odulcina scrap. I've made 3 different things and I thought I would just do them all in one video because there's different options and different things that actually there's just so many options that you can do with any of the digitals that you use, but hers are really pretty, really shabby chic, and just have that really vintage feel. So I've had a lot of fun making these. So I'm just going to show you this one first. So this was made with one of her sample cards, and I'll show you a sheet of how they come. So this is the blue ones, and just so you can see, this is the size that they originally come in. But I got on there, and I like that she has that option for you, that you can get in there and you can kind of, you know, you can make them bigger or make them smaller, however you need to kind of adjust them. So that's what I did with this one, is I made it a bigger size. So this is what size I printed after I kind of resized it on the computer and got it to this size so I could print it. So that's the size of this one. So when it's folded up, this is what it looks like. I'll open it up and show you the details. I just have it tied here with a little piece of twine, and I added this little bulb pin with just one of the little scrap pieces from one of her kits, and I will definitely link all the kits that I use. So that just comes off, and in the back I had just slid this underneath a piece of twine. So I have another little sample card with a pretty little piece of lace, and this one is the pink one. And then she also has some really pretty tags. These came from the teacup kit, and this is one of my favorite little images from the kits. I've used it a lot, and I just think it's precious. So I went ahead and made a tag with that. Those were just behind the little piece of twine. And so here, as you open it, you can see that it is that bigger sample card. And so this is the top piece that would normally have the lace underneath. And so as you open it, I just took some of her little snippet pieces and I made a little side tuck. This was a piece from another one of the kits, and the one with the dresses. And I just thought that was sweet to put in here. So that slides in there. And then behind the lace is another little pocket that I just put a piece of a layaway card in there. And then over here, I took a little piece of lace, the printed lace from one of her houses, the houses kit, and then I added another little sample card that just slides under that. So then when you open it, so I made a little belly band with one of the little snippet pieces, and then underneath there I have some more sample tags with little pieces of lace. So those just slide back under that. And then here I just used some little, just little leftover pieces of paper and covered the staples with another little snippet. And then a little snippet on the back. So I just wrapped it a couple times around. Tied a little bow. And then these just slide right back into the back, underneath that little piece of twine, like that. So there's that sweet little project. Just very simple, but it's just like a cute little ephemera pack or little trifold. Would be a sweet little gift. So then next I have this. And this has been in the makes for a while. I have envisioned this, and I just kind of kept putting it to the side because I wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to do with it. But it's actually the legal papers from different legal kits that she has, the legal size paper kits that she has. And so I wanted to make a journal out of them, but I wanted to keep them folded up somehow. So what I did, I'm just going to slide this off the bottom. This is just a piece of seam binding ribbon, and then a little paper flower that I kind of inked up to match. It's still got the little wire on it that's curly. So here I added a doily that's attached, and as you open it up, this is where the legal pages are put together. So I tied them, but then I also put the little paper fasteners there that you can see from this side. And so as you open it, these are the legal papers, just all in a stack in the bottom. And then here, I took one of the pieces here, the vellum piece, and I just kind of, where it had folded, I glued it to the spine of this little journal before I actually threaded it and tied it off. So then it's just kind of like a little floating journal, but I wanted it to where if you wanted to use these pages, you could still take them apart and use them in your, anything you wanted to make. But then I also loved how they looked all folded up in a bundle here. So that, I kind of combined the two and just made my little journal. And then, like I said, I bound it to that one little piece there after I glued it. So you could still use the rest of that piece if you needed to. So as you open it, it's just got different pieces from her kits. And then also some of my toilet paper, embossed paper that I thought would be pretty in here with the pink. So this is actually from a old railroad tablet that I have. And then just coffee dye paper. This was just some lightly spritzed coffee dye, so it's barely any color to it. Some more with the lace pattern. Graph paper. And so it's just kind of just a blank journal with a lot of, cool little document pages and coffee dyed pages. So this just folds up as a pocket, or you can open it up and write on it. But it's just totally blank to do whatever, would strike your fancy. But I don't know, I've envisioned this for a while, and I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out. But I really kind of like it. So it's just, it's like a little bundle. And then I guess you would just call it a floating journal. So there's that project. And so this just folds back up, and underneath the doily I tuck this, and then I have the little ribbon that goes back around and holds it all together. But I just thought it was kind of something different, a different way to go about creating a journal. And there's the doily on the back. So there's that one. And then the last thing I want to show you is whenever I had printed on fabric, I had printed this. And I really love this page. It's one of her legal documents too. So I had this old piece of, like a really old piece of a quilt that had been used to make a pillow. And anyway, when I took everything apart, I saved this piece. Kind of like a bedspread type quilt, I guess. And so I saved it to use on a project like this. And I just thought the colors just matched perfectly. And so I just took and stitched all the way around and attached that to the quilted piece. And then I just made it like a little book cover, like a book wrap. And like, some of us have really old books that you kind of want to protect, or maybe the covers are really bad, but you still want them to sit out and be accessible to you. Or maybe you just want to start a project, and you could put all of your things that you want to use in your project in these little pockets that I made. So this is another one of her legal papers, legal size papers, and it has these pretty ladies on it. I just love this one. So I wanted to stick it down in here because I think it looks pretty in there. And then on this side I have another one of her legal papers. So I slid that down in here, and I added a photo. You could add whatever you wanted in here that you wanted to kind of keep together, whether it was your little letters or postcards that you've received from people, special things that you want to keep. Maybe it's your mother's old Bible and you want to protect it. You could make it to where it actually slid into a pocket, but with the limited amount of fabric I had, I just went ahead and just made it a wrap. And so I added this little piece of lace, and so I stitched all the way around, just the sides to make a pocket, and then I stitched down the middle so you could have two separate pockets here. And then I just added lace to the side that you can tie. Just folded it underneath there and stitched it with a rickrack stitch, zigzag stitch. And that way, whatever you have, if it's special memories and a special old Bible or an old book, an old journal or diary that you're keeping, it's just a way to kind of protect it or to mask any imperfections it might have. But you could also totally use it to gather things for a project, maybe a book that you want to transform into a journal. So it would all be in one place and ready for you to start your project. But I just tie it here just to keep it together. And like I said, you could make it to where, you know, it wouldn't possibly fall out the bottom or whatever. But if you're just looking to kind of set it somewhere and, you know, add something pretty to the top or just protect it, then this would be a quick and simple, easy little project. And I have a video on how I printed on the fabric, so I can link it below too. But that is what I made, or I've been making for the last few weeks, off and on, amongst all the other busyness and just life itself. So I wanted to kind of get caught up on my projects for Odulcina. So she also has so many videos. She does a lot of pretty stuff, so be sure and check out her YouTube channel and see what all she's making, and also go to her Etsy shop and see all of her beautiful kits. I know you'll be inspired, and I hope this helped you a little bit today to get some ideas. Oh, and I had one more thing I wanted to show y'all. Here's another little project I had forgotten to put with the rest of them, but it's just a little like ephemera folder. Kind of a folio, but it's just 2 pieces of the legal size paper, and I printed the same one twice and glued them together just to stiffen it, and I used the decal edge on it, and then so I had folded it to where it has 4 sections, and so I glued this piece of lace to the bottom. And where I had folded it, I glued the seams, and that gives you 4 little pockets. And so I just used some of the tags from different kits that I liked and put those in the little pockets. So it just folds back up, and I wrapped it with a little piece of ribbon. And so that just ties around and holds it together. So just a very, very simple little ephemera holder. You can put whatever you needed to store in here, and it's just a cute little simple project. So there's that one that I had made too. Well, thank y'all so much for being here today. I appreciate it so much, and y'all just have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video. God bless.